All right, men, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about protein leverage. Now, what I recommend you look up if you're interested in this is Professors Rubenheimer and Simpson. I think they're two Aussie professors who did a study, or they came up with the protein leverage hypothesis. So I just want to talk a little bit about what that is, but also just talk about the importance of protein and how you can leverage it for your fat loss, your muscle gain, for your overall health. I'll also give a shout out to, I think it's Dr. Ted Naiman, or Nyman, does some really good talks and conversations about leveraging protein and the importance of it. So when we think about protein, you might just think about protein and muscle building, which is an amazing thing that protein does. But it's an extremely important macronutrient. We obviously want to make sure we're getting enough protein, and a lot of the time people don't. And one reason why you may be struggling to lose weight, or we do have things like obesity, epidemics, or obesity rates and high rates of men and women being overweight, is their protein is so diluted. And basically what this means is if you are trying to get your protein from other sources other than, say meat, you're going to overeat. Your protein's been diluted in your diet. And basically when your protein is diluted in your diet and you're not getting adequate amount of protein, you tend to end up overeating other foods until your protein requirements are met. So as an example, we'll think about you eating a Big Mac meal, okay? You eat a Big Mac meal, it's, 2,000 plus worth of calories if you're having the Coke, the fizzy drink. And you tend to be quite hungry after you eat that Big Mac meal, because think about the protein content. There's only going to be protein really in the thin beef patties. And the thing with that meal being highly diluted in protein, there's not much protein, there's excess fat, there's excess carbs, or there's more of those things. Your protein requirements are met, and when they're not met, we tend to overeat. So you eat that Big Mac meal, you're still hungry, then you're going to go and eat some more potato chips or food when you get home. And this is where that protein leverage hypothesis comes into play. If you eat high amounts of protein in your diet, you tend to not overeat other foods. And the protein leverage hypothesis, the professors did a study on insects, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm butchering this, but this is what I'm pretty sure I remember hearing, is the insects who were fed higher amounts of carbohydrates and fats, and their diet was diluted of protein, ended up over-consuming more calories and becoming fatter and sick. Whereas the insects who were eating higher amounts of protein ate until they were full with protein and they didn't put on weight, and they were more satiated, and they stayed away from eating the highly processed food when it was available to them. Even though it was still there for them to eat, they didn't need to eat anymore. They had a lot of protein, they were satiated, they were full for longer. And that's what protein leverage is. It's powerful. You can use protein to your advantage because, one, it keeps you satiated. One, it takes more calories to burn and digest. So your body will burn more calories and use up more energy having to digest the protein. And because it keeps you satiated and full, you're less inclined to want to go and snack on other foods. So going back to the Big Mac meal example, if you have someone eating a Big Mac meal and they eat the same amount of calories in steak or beef mince, you feel full and satiated after that protein. And this has been proven by myself and my clients. You feel fuller for longer and you're less inclined to snack on foods. So leveraging protein to your benefit is going to be very helpful for your weight loss, your fat loss, and keeping away from cravings. Because we have a society today that can go and get any types of food they want, a lot of the time these foods are extremely processed and high in fats and carbs that you're left unsatisfied and you tend to overeat. We need to make sure we're getting enough good quality protein in our diets. Therefore, for fat loss particularly, you will stay away from those foods and you will consume less high energy calories. So a great example for this is making sure in the morning, if you do eat breakfast, stack up on the eggs and the bacon or the mince or the sausage and get plenty of that stuff in, and make sure that's eaten first. And then after that, you might have a little bit of the toast or some fruit. Run an experiment with yourself, because I've done this with myself in the past. Is if I eat a bowl of porridge, which is oatmeal, I'm still hungry by 8, 9 a.m. If I have my breakfast at 6 a.m. and I eat a large meal of, a big bowl of, cereal or oatmeal, I'm hungry before lunch. But if I fill up on a high protein meal, it keeps me fuller for longer and I feel satiated. Protein is obviously full of amino acids. It's good for rebuilding. It's good for getting, rebuilding your muscle and recovering. But it's also great at keeping you away from this other high energy, high, calorie food. I hope this makes sense to you. And I hope you can start to leverage your protein properly to help with your fat loss. My clients have success with this because I make sure when my client comes to see me is the first thing we do without cutting anything out is we start to eat more protein. If you can think about eating more protein, you're probably going to end up eating less carbs and probably a little less fat, and then you're going to get fat loss and weight loss. So I make sure my clients, when they come to see me, let's eat more protein, and then we gradually decrease things like carbohydrates. It's extremely powerful. Another thing that's extremely powerful for fat loss and weight loss is something that my clients do. It's called the lean fast diet. It's a very high protein diet. We do this for short periods where we cut basically all fat and we cut all carbs. We do this for short periods of time, for like a 5-day period. Then we add in refeed days where we have a little bit more carbs and fats. But we're eating nothing but lean protein for short periods of time. And this is extremely powerful at getting fat loss and maintaining muscle mass in a short period of time. It's called the lean fast diet. I'll link a video explaining that in the description. However, there is a free ebook in the description that has the lean fast diet in it. It explains what it is. It also has a workout program, recovery, and mindset tips. I want you to be lean, strong, confident, and more muscular. I want you to be a confident man. The lean fast diet in my free ebook is going to get you that. You're going to get those results. So please download that ebook. It's completely free. The link's in the description and you can go for it. I also offer one-on-one coaching for men who want to be better men, who want to be leaner, stronger, and build more self-confidence, create a healthy, happy lifestyle. Please book in a free call with me. There's a link in the description as well. It's a free call. I'd love to meet you and go through anything you have in regards to optimizing your lifestyle, training, nutrition, and becoming an optimized man. All right, men, remember, like, share, subscribe, comment, leave some feedback. Have you heard about protein leverage? Do you know about the protein leverage hypothesis? It's extremely powerful. All right, I'd love to hear your feedback. Have a great day, man.